Okay, guys, so please, if you could turn your cameras on, really appreciate it. So we can get started. Okay. Give you a couple of seconds. You guys there? Do you mind turning your cameras on? Okay. Okay, so well, in the meantime, welcome. First of all, welcome you all to this course, to this TOEFL prep course. I think it's important to say that the TOEFL preparation is one of the biggest programs that we have here in Executive English. So it's one of the things that we're most known for. Now, what I'm telling you guys about the cameras and all, it's not really because of me. I really wouldn't mind that much. I'm a bit more flexible, but administration, and it's a policy that we handle, that we've always had. And I think it helps. It does help in in the comprehension of the classes, so that we make sure that you guys are there, so that we can call attendance as well. So it's really important that you guys have your cameras on when we're in class. Now, of course, there are exceptions. There are cases in which you may not be able to do so. Maybe you're not at home yet, or something's going on with your camera, your computer. In those cases, it's totally okay. You can just send me a text maybe before class or through the Zoom chat. That's totally okay. And I will, of course, understand. So, okay, so here's a schedule. We will be having class from Tuesdays to Fridays at 8 p.m. Bolivia time, by the way. It's important to say. Bolivia time. And there's something else. So you know that this course lasts a total of 6 weeks, and you guys will be having a total of 24 classes. So half of those classes will be with me. I'm your theory teacher. You guys will be seeing the theory with me. And on Wednesdays and Fridays, you will have practice sessions with Jasmani, who you're going to meet this Wednesday. Okay, so once again, we will have theory classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays with me, and you guys will be practicing everything that we see in theory in your practice sessions with Jasmani, who's going to be your practice teacher on Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, the schedule is the same, 20 p.m. So is this okay, you all? If you have any questions as we go, just don't mind to interrupt me. It's totally okay. Okay. So today, it's not a class, it's just a brief session in order for me to introduce you to what the TOEFL is, to what this course is about, and all the details. So first thing, this is a TOEFL prep course, so it's important to know what the TOEFL is. More specifically, the TOEFL IBT. So the TOEFL test, as you must know, it's a standardized test. It's an English test that's taken pretty much everywhere. So here in South America, in Europe, North America, wherever you go, the TOEFL is valid and it's accepted. And it stands for Test of English as a Foreign Language. And it's usually the test that you take once you're done with your process of learning English. So it's for English speakers as a foreign language, so people who learn English as a second language, not their mother tongue. And yeah. And now the IBT is one of the versions of this test. Now this is really important for me because there are other versions of the test as well. The IBT isn't the only one. So for example, you have the PBT, which is the paper-based test. That's another completely different version. But I assume you guys are not going to be taking that one because this one here is for countries where they have like zero access to internet, which I'm guessing is not your case. So So the IBT is the most common version of the test. But I think that recently, for example, they released a new version. You have the TOEFL Essentials. So there's this other new version that was released that is entirely different from this one. All right, so the content is different, the structure is different, everything's different. So it is really key that you guys know that and make sure that you're gonna be taking the IBT version of the test. Okay, because that's what this course is gonna be oriented. So the TOEFL IBT. So is this okay so far? Do you have some questions?
No, Miss, everything is clear.
Okay, thanks, Manila. Now, if you're wondering who makes this test, well, it's made by the ETS, which is a huge company that makes several other tests, standardized tests. So to give you some examples, they created the SAT as well, which I don't know if you've heard of, but it's a big test that Americans take when they are applying to college. They also have the GRE, which is a graduate record examination. I think it's for master's degrees, specifically in the business area. But the ETS has a lot of big tests, especially in America. So the SAT is a huge thing. And one thing that is really important to say is that you can only take this test by registering through the official ETS website. So in order to sit for the test, you need to go to the actual ETS website, create your account, you need to log into it, and then you need to follow the steps to register. There's no other way to do it. I mean, you cannot do it, like physically, you cannot go somewhere and try to do it. You have to do it through the website. And there you're gonna select whether you want to take it in a test center. So you're gonna have to take it at very specific location. But I think that right now, because of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, you also have the home edition version. So you can take it at home. I don't know for how long this is gonna be available, but you can choose that when you are registering for the test. So you either take the home edition one, or you sit for the test at a specific location. So that's gonna vary according to, I don't know, where you're living. So for example, here in Cochabamba, I think that you can take it at the AISB and at the CBA as well. There may be more, but those are two. So the thing is, when you're trying to register, you need to do it through the official ETS website. And the reason why I'm being so annoying with this is that sometimes some academies, some institutes offer to take simulation tests, and some people think that it's the actual test that they're gonna take. And it's a waste. It may be a waste of money if you're not looking for taking a simulation test, but instead you want to take the real one. So you gotta be careful with that. Right? And now the reasons why people take this test usually is either academic reasons or health or work reasons. So most people take it in order to apply to universities abroad. So not only in the US, but also in some parts of Europe. I've had students that were applying to like Italy, Germany, and of course, I think America is the most common one. And any English-speaking university, I would say. If you're applying for scholarships as well, most people are. So obviously, the higher you get in this test, the more chances you might have in getting the scholarship that you're applying for. And then you have, work-related reasons. So some people just like to take this test in order to, just add it to the resume. It's like the final step after learning English. And it for sure helps when applying for jobs, especially in one where you need to demonstrate your English speaking skills. And yeah, I think it's either academic or work related. Or some people just want to, prove themselves that they have achieved that level. So it helps with confidence as well. All right. So it's time to break the ice. I think I haven't introduced myself quite right. My name is Andrea, And well, I went to an American high school. That's how I learned English. And ever since I've been just working, doing some ESL teaching, tutoring, private tutoring. Then I've been working here at Executive English for almost a year now. And to be honest, I've been really focused on these standardized tests, both the TOEFL and also the SAT that I was telling you about. So I've had some experience with the TOEFL test. But I would like to get to know you guys a bit. So I would really like it if you could tell me your names, your city, so where you're living right now, and especially I would like to know why. So why you're taking this course, or why you're taking the TOEFL test, or why you need it for. You're applying somewhere. I don't know if you already did your bachelor's degree, you're applying for a master's, or maybe you're just getting out of high school, applying for a bachelor's degree. And another thing I'd like to know is if there's any specific score that you would like to achieve in your test. So maybe somebody's requiring you to achieve a certain score. So again, name, where you're from, where you're living, why you're taking this test, and whether you need a specific score in it. So maybe we can start with Fabiana, you?
Okay, teacher. Hi. Hi, teacher. My name is Fabiana Ocampo. I am from La Paz, in Bolivia, and I need to take this test because in my university at EPC, in Catholic University, I need to take TOEFL for finish my career. I need 83 in this test, and it's important because I only have this subject at university in English, and I don't take these assignments because I don't take this TOEFL test.
Okay, all right. So you need to take the TOEFL so that you can have your degree, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So yes, that's the case for some universities. So I've heard of Católica and also UPB. I think both of them ask their students to take the test at the end of their degrees. So that's nice. 83, I think that's a good one. We'll help you get there. So what about you, Madeleine? Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Well, hi everyone. My name is Madeleine Aguilar. I'm from Cochabamba, and well, I'm taking the TOEFL test because I'm just transferring to a university in the US. So, well, the score that I need is 90. But I prefer to get a higher score like 110. So it's just to be sure that I'm gonna get a score better probably than a 90 than the score that I need.
Okay, all right, great. That's the attitude. So yeah, of course you can get higher. All right, so you say you're transferring from a university here in Bolivia to one in the States?
Yes, exactly. I'm transferring to Brigham Young University.
Oh yeah, in Utah, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a friend who's going there. Okay, all right, that's good to know. So, okay then, nice. So nice to meet you again. Now here, a little bit about how the test works. So the timing and scoring. Of course, we're gonna be seeing this in a more in-depth way in our class, in our group class that we have. But right now, to have an idea, an overview of what the test is about. So, okay, so you know that this test has 4 sections. It has the reading part, the listening, and then the speaking and writing. Those are the skills that they're gonna be trying to trying to measure, right? Now, there's no grammar section itself, but of course that you need a bit of grammar for everything. During this course, we're not exactly going to be covering grammar. So we're going to be focusing more on each section. We're going to be looking at what the structure is about, how the questions go, and of course, how to answer them, and some strategies, some tips, and then you'll practice with Jasmine. So we'll not be covering grammar, but we can see some grammar tips maybe. Now, about the timing. So what can I say? The reading and listening are the longest sections. The reading is about 60 to 80 minutes. The listening 60 to 90. It depends on the number of tasks that you get. Then you get a break. I think this is wrong. It's a 15-minute break. So you get a 15-minute break in which you are allowed to leave the room to maybe get a snack or something. And then you go back to the speaking and finally the writing. The speaking is the shortest one in terms of time, not in terms of tasks. It lasts only 20 minutes. And then finally you get the writing. You're going to be writing some essays there, and you get 50 minutes to do that. So that's how the timing is. In total, you're going to be taking this test for 3 hours straight, well, with the break. And yeah. And about the score, as for the score goes, it's about, I mean, this test is over 120. That's the maximum score that you guys can get. And the good thing is that there's no passing grade. So you can never fail this test. Of course that, depending on what you need it for, you may have a specific score that you need to achieve. But as for the test itself goes, there's no failing grade. And the good thing too is that every section is worded exactly the same. So the reading is over 30, the listening is over 30 as well, the speaking is over 30, and the writing, the same, 30. And I would say that that's a good thing, because if you're not so good at one section, you can make up for that with another one. So everything's worth the same. The maximum score is 120. So everything okay so far? Any questions?
No, everything is okay.
Okay, thanks. And finally,
I listened about the best score and talk about when I don't pass the exam, the test. Sorry, I will take again this test, and I only need have a specific score in only one area. It is correct?
I'm not sure what you mean. So you're saying if you need to achieve a specific score in specific area, a specific section?
Yes. Maybe I need 100, and I have a bad score in reading. If I have a good scores in all areas, I only take again this test, and I need only have a 30 in reading and 0, 0, 0 in listening and speaking and writing, and I pass the test for this rule, the best score.
Well, first thing, you can never take the section separately. So you only have to, the only way around is by taking the entire test all at once. So reading, listening, speaking, and writing. You can never take it just, one section, let's say the reading maybe. So everything goes together. You cannot take it separately. And what I said is that every section is worth the same, so every section is over 30. So I was saying, I believe that that's a good thing, because you can, like, let's say you have a 30 in the reading, 30 in the listening, 30 in the speaking, and you have like 10 in the speaking, then it's not going to be a problem, right? You're anyhow going to get there. So that's what I was saying. Now, it's true that some universities or some programs ask you for a specific score in a specific area. So for instance, I think that to apply to, well, I'm not sure, but let's say X university, maybe they're asking for you to get at least 24 in the writing and 24 in the speaking, because those are usually the most or the strongest areas that they want you to be, they want you to have mastered. But you would need to see that, in the requirements of the program or the university or whatever it is that you need this for. But you cannot take only one section. If you want to improve your score, maybe the first time that you take the test, you get an 80, so it's not enough. You cannot take just the reading, let's say. Maybe that's the section that you did badly. You cannot go there. You need to take the entire test all over again. So the 4 of them. Yeah. Is that okay? Did I answer your question?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. All right, great. And finally, here's our calendar for this course. So every week we're going to be covering something different. We will be starting this week, tomorrow, with the speaking, and then we'll move on to the writing. So the first task of the speaking, then we'll start with the writing. Next week is going to be for the writing. Then we'll move on to the reading, listening, speaking again, and one more time speaking. The reason why we're going to be taking up more time for the speaking and writing is because even though they are not such long sections in terms of time, they contain a lot of questions. So it's important that we look at them in detail. The reading and listening, they're all the same. The types of questions you get, it's all the same. So it doesn't take up that much time. And another good thing is that, all of the sections are not really related to each other. So you don't have to know, anything about the reading in order to cover the listening, or anything about the listening to cover the speaking. So it's a good thing that we don't have to, that we can do that. So that's why sometimes we add more students to the group every week. But of course, there's a limit. I think that we have at most 10 students per group, so that we can be, it can be a bit more customized. And what else? And one more thing. There's also these speaking sections that we offer. So these are going to be 12, 15-minute calls that you guys will be having with me. Now, during these calls, well, they're not really calls. They're more like Zoom meetings that we'll have, but they last 15 minutes each. And what we're going to be doing there is just practicing the speaking section. So we're going to be covering the 4 tasks. It's going to be individual, so one-on-one. And that's going to help you guys, practice those speaking skills. Maybe I can give you some personalized feedback and so on. Now, Ruth, the coordinator who you might be in touch with, is going to be telling you all about these speaking sessions. So she's going to send a document through the WhatsApp group, through the WhatsApp chat, so that you can learn how to book the sessions, because there's a specific way to do it. So Ruth is going to be sending you more information about this. So what about now? Any questions? Anything that's not so clear?
Teacher, I don't understand the time of classes and the time of these speaking sessions.
Okay, so the usual group classes, this is the schedule, right? So Tuesday to Fridays from 8 to 9 p.m. And that's going to be every single week. I think maybe because of the holidays and all, it could be a bit different, but it's going to be the same for the rest of the course. And these speaking calls are something extra. They're, totally different than the group classes are. So these speaking sessions are individual, so they are additional to the group classes that we have. And you're going to have 12 of them. So I think it's a total of 2 hours that you get to, to have with me individually, one-on-one, so that you can practice on your own. but it's additional to the group classes. So it's not at the same time or anything.
Miss, sorry, I have a question. For these speaking sessions, there is a specific topic to talk about, or?
Well, we're gonna be practicing the speaking questions. So we're gonna be doing what you will do in your actual test. It's like a simulation test, kind of, but I'll give you some feedback so that you can, I don't know, be better for next time.
Okay, Miss, thank you.
Anything else, you guys? Okay, so what else? I was also gonna say that every single class is gonna be recorded. I don't know if you noticed, but at the beginning of the class, I was sharing this live. So everything is gonna be on a YouTube channel that we'll have. And Ruth is gonna add the link to the channel in the description of the WhatsApp group so that you can have access to that channel. And if any time you need to watch the recordings, maybe you didn't attend to a class, you need to catch up, or you just want to go through it again, then you can have access to all the classes, the recording classes.
Miss, in the case that we can't attend the class, we have to send a message inbox.
Yeah, it will be great if you, because we do call attendance. And so yeah, if it's me, then I don't mind, just text me through inbox. My number's in the group. I don't know about just Manny. Maybe you can ask him, but I don't think he will mind. Maybe through the group too, but it's okay. So yeah, you can just text.
Okay, Miss.
Anything else? So one more thing before we go. Every single, yeah, sorry, Fabiana, go ahead.
About sessions calls, what is the day and time of calls, or does each one choose the schedule, and how many days a week will we take these calls?
Okay, great question. So you know that you have 12 of them. The good thing is you can organize them however you want. You need to be careful and try to have your 12 sessions before we finish the course. So during these 6 weeks, I think they give you one more week to finish your sessions if you haven't yet. But you need to organize them however you want. So you're gonna book them, and in the website where you're gonna book them, you're gonna have access to all the available schedules. So I think it's gonna be the same as it was. So we've been having sessions from Mondays to Thursdays, not Fridays. And yeah, it's usually in the afternoon, maybe at night as well, but you can choose the time from the available room. So it's up to you how you organize. You just need to try to finish the 12 before we're done with the course.
Thanks, teacher. And sorry, teacher, a lot of questions. When we finish the course, because I need a pay for my TOEFL test, maybe for 29 in January, but I'm not sure of finish of these classes.
So it lasts 6 weeks. So it's more than 1 month. It's a month and 2 weeks, right? So I'm guessing we're gonna be finishing the course probably at the end of January. Yeah. And you can register to take the test, whenever you want. So you can, whenever you feel ready, I would say. Do you have like a deadline to take the test?
Yes.
Okay, you both do. When's your deadline? When are you planning on taking the test?
Well, in my case, I'm going to take the test January 15th.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna have to take it before we're done with the course.
Yes.
Okay, I see. What about you, Fabiana?
Yes, maybe 20 or 29, but it's better 20.
Okay, so yeah, the ideal scenario would be you taking the test after we're done with the course. But you know, let's see what the last part is gonna be. Hold on. So you guys are probably gonna be missing the speaking 1 and speaking 2 and 3. So the speaking section mostly. I don't know, maybe you can talk to Ruth and maybe she can send you some links for these last classes that you're gonna miss before your test. Okay, what am I doing? So that you can prepare your own, because you know, since every single class is recorded, then we have recording classes of previous groups. So maybe that can help you prepare. So you should talk to Ruth and see if she can send you these links. I'm sure she won't mind, but talk to her. Maybe you can text her and explain the situation. I'm gonna take the test before we're done with the course, so I'm gonna be missing these classes. Maybe you can send me the links, and that could help you, you know. And try to also have the speaking sessions. I would really suggest you try to have the 12 before you take the test, since it's just the speaking and that's the 2 weeks that you're gonna be missing. It should help. So maybe you can try and do that. Okay. So anything else? Feel free to ask.
Teacher, I can talk with Ruth for academic calendar.
Like what I'm saying about missing these last 2 weeks? Or what do you mean with academic calendar?
Yes, the exactly date of the last class.
You can talk to Ruth. Maybe I have it here because I have the, you know, the starting and finishing dates, but I don't know if your group is already here. Since it's new, I'm not sure. And I also have another document. Maybe I can tell you right now. So hold on. Okay, no, I don't have it right now. But let's see if it's in this document. Well, no, I don't have it right now. I'm gonna have this by tomorrow, so it's gonna be there. I can maybe let you know tomorrow, or you can also talk to Ruth and ask her when's the exact ending date. But I'm gonna have the info for tomorrow. So tomorrow in class, I can let you know.
Okay, teacher, thanks.
Sure. Right, guys. So before we go, what I was saying, every single class, we're gonna be filling out this daily survey. So it's gonna, I mean, you have 3 questions here. It's about how prepared the class was, whether you got in everything, and whether you have any serious complaints with that teacher. So please, if you don't mind filling that out before you leave. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much. So I'll be seeing you all tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Thank you, Miss. Bye.
Bye-bye, take care.